Hey there, Aquarius. I hope you guys are doing well. This is a reading for the month of April 2024. This is a general energy reading. Feel free to check out your other signs and placements if that is something that you feel might help. I often find that that's good for just kind of rounding out messages for us, and one may resonate where the other doesn't. So, yeah, and if you feel like a personal reading, you can contact me at thealtruisticmystic@gmail.com. All of that information is in the description box below. And please like this video if you feel so inclined. It helps me and my channel grow. All right. Aquarius, your energy here as far as your oracle is diligence. Yeah, diligence and introspection, getting a bird's eye view on things. That might be the best way to approach things this month here, Aquarius. For your approach as well, you have the Seven of Wands in reverse. Seven of Wands in reverse is an energy where we're not feeling strong enough to continue on in something, or like we've lost our patience. We just don't have the energy for something or to try and fight for something anymore. It's not wanting to engage with a certain situation. Sometimes also too, this can be certain beliefs or actions that we've kind of upheld in our life, and it's no longer resonant. It's like sometimes sometimes for me, I consider this card like where the way that we've believed has been very much prescribed to us. It's what we've been shown. It's some aspects of our indoctrination. And after a while, I'm going to pause this really quick. I have to cough. Sorry. After a while, you realize that it doesn't resonate with you. It doesn't help you. That way of going about something is not effective for you. And so you choose to back away from it. You choose to step away from it because you realize that engaging in it any further is likely to be more detrimental than it is helpful. So it may require you to look at things in a completely different way, Aquarius. When it comes to your communication this month, Aquarius, you have the Knight of Swords. Now, this is very much about getting down to business. It is clear communication. It is not avoiding facts, not avoiding questions. It's asking all the questions. It's extracting the truth behind the situations. But it's being very forthright in how you go about it. It's honesty, seeking answers, seeking the truth. And when you are doing that with people, it's important to look at situations from all angles here. And I keep getting this bird's eye view, especially with diligence here. And do your due diligence when it comes to paying attention to how people operate, if you know them for a long time, how do they go about life? How do they communicate? What is you've seen them tick. Pay attention. And maybe with that, you can, this almost borders on manipulation, but like, maybe you can see how communicating with them in certain ways might actually yield better results rather than just like, it's like you tailor it to how you communicate with them. Interesting. And maybe you are tailoring communication towards people to help them change their mind about certain things as well. I do want to say that as well. Interesting. When it comes to your health here, Aquarius, you have the Nine of Swords. Swords are mental energy and mental health energy. Here you have a little baby doll that's all broken up and the bottle's broken over here on the side on the floor. The Nine of Swords essentially is an energy of constant worry. It's one where we're in our heads all the time. We can't really focus our energy on other things because there's this pervasive situation that has kind of been plaguing us, and maybe this is something from our childhood. So a lot of us deal with mental health issues. There's no shame in that. There's always help for it should you choose to, okay? But it's important to be able to look at something again from a bird's eye view. And that's kind of almost, to me in this reading, a bird's eye view is more of the energy rather than diligence, but diligence is important as well, and maybe if we've been dealing with stuff like this, emotional, mental frustration or any type of like massive anxiety, then it's important that we have diligence in the process through healing it, because it takes time. Also, too, for some of you Aquarians, I do feel that this may affect you in how you view yourself in, like, say, relationships, or like how you view your body or how you view yourself in general. It's like maybe we have a lot of negative self-talk, and it's important to find the place in ourselves where we can see ourselves as attractive, where we can see ourselves as, whole on all of the levels. We are whole, we are worthy, we are welcome on all levels. It's not just the physical, it's the emotional, it's the mental. And maybe we have like some mental stuff that's, our own self-talk that's kind of just shutting things down. It puts us in a lower space where we need to lift ourselves back up. Again, get a bird's eye view, okay? When it comes to your job, you have the Knight of Wands here. Knight of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy, but this is more so of, here we find diligence, here we find communication, delegating certain things, especially if you are a boss or if you are on a team. Maybe we have to delegate a little bit more here in this one direction with another person. But it helps things flow a little bit easier. It helps things, I'm hearing compromise, so maybe we have to compromise a little bit with other people to get things done, but it helps things flow in a very different way. This also may be a boss coming to you, pointing their finger at you, saying, hey, I want you to do this because I know that you can do this. You have a different approach. You have a different view on things, and I appreciate that. So, hey, will you please take up this situation? So there may be that. For those of you who don't work for anybody, I feel that this is you engaging new territory when it comes to your job situation or like whatever business you provide. This is engaging new territory so that you can have a different outcome or different opportunities that lead to different outcomes. And it's something that is very exciting. It's something that gets you your blood pumping, and it allows you to have more freedom in the long run, in the outcome. When it comes to your emotions, your mental, or I'm sorry, okay, emotions and mental, but I want to say love and relationships. You have the moon here. I think Taurus had the moon here. Don't know if you have any Taurian placements, but maybe. The moon in the love and connection romance, for those of you who are in partnerships, it feels like you guys need to communicate about things that are not being said. It feels that your distancing from your own emotions or feelings is causing a problem for you, and it's causing a lot of excess worry in your connection, because it's like, well, why aren't we getting down to the bottom of something here? It's like we're just floundering in this emotional disturbance. It feels like maybe like the answer is very far away from something for what I'm feeling here. I'm not sure why I'm seeing it or feeling it like that, but it's like, it almost feels like if we're in a connection with somebody, Aquarius, it feels like, how do I approach this? How do I clear this divide? How do I like repair this situation? How do I crawl up this ladder when it doesn't have all of its like, steps to it or something like that? It's like, it's kind of like you have to be very gentle and careful how you approach a certain situation with a person, because perhaps you're dealing with their mental health over here and you have a different view and standpoint on it. You can see into their emotions much more readily in certain ways than they perhaps can. And so you might need to kind of tailor your experience with them or your approach with them so that they can have a better understanding, which also requires you to just kind of take it slowly and allow them to be where they are rather than rushing anything, because that just confuses everything more. For you that are single, the moon here, Pisces, Cancer energy, the moon in emotions, it talks about being emotionally unsettled. It talks about needing to look at where we come from as far as our approach to relationships in a very different way. Not just what makes us happy, not just what makes us satisfied, but like, why do we do certain things? Why do we go forward kind of like willy-nilly in certain situations? Or why do maybe willy-nilly is not the right word. Why do we go forward wholeheartedly in certain situations that like leave us in in problematic outcomes, especially when it comes to how we view ourselves, how we view our bodies, how we view our value and worth in situations. It's like, where is the worth and value, you know? And so there's like kind of this balancing out energy when it comes to how you engage in situations. Aquarius singles, it feels here that your time, uh, wait, hang on. Your time and approach is valuable, but also too, um, yeah, it's not for everyone. It's not going to be for everyone. I feel like I feel like your energy is, it's like you just don't vibe with the norm of how it's supposed to go or like what it's supposed to be. It's like you you don't vibe with like the typical. And that also goes for your emotional body, your emotional state. And I feel that that's frustrating because it almost feels like you wish it would go a certain way. You wish it would be easier for you to approach things and to have a more solid emotional body rather than like being all over the place. This is a very interesting energy, and I don't necessarily know if I want to keep going into it. I feel like you see so much more on the mundane levels of things, Aquarius, that like the regular approach is not fulfilling or it's not something that gives you adequate results. It's like you have to go the extra mile within the miles to like get where you need to go. And that's frustrating because it almost feels like you don't have the opportunity to be helped by others. It's like you have to do this drudgery of working to get to the bottom of things. Oh, it's a lot of effort. It's a lot of effort to get to the bottom of things here, Aquarius, for those of you who are like having emotional disturbance in relationships, or like if you're single and you're trying to connect, it's almost all about you, and not in a bad way. It's just really like how you come to peace with what makes you tick and what makes you satisfied and happy in connections, because I don't think the norm is going to, and I don't think the way that people subscribe to things and like how they say you should go about doing this is helpful to you either. It's like you've tried it and you're just like, well, that didn't work, and it didn't work for so many reasons, and let me tell you why. So it's that it's almost too cerebral, but like I feel like a disconnect from the heart, which may be needing to be entered into at this time. It's, yeah, I'm going to stop here because that is a lot of message and I know I'm confusing the hell out of people. So yeah, I'm going to leave it here. If that was helpful, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. And if you want a personal reading, the information for that is in the description box below. I love you guys. Take care. Bye.